This is Kathy Biehl of Empowermentunlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of January 22nd, 2018. We have begun a slow, steady climb up a mountain. Last week's powerhouse Capricorn new moon has set us each on an individual journey of getting clear on and committing to fundamental goals, long-term goals, foundational goals, life goals in basically every area. Who you are, how you're treating your body, what you want to do for a living, how you run your relationships, basically what you want your life to look and feel like. This is a slow process. It will unroll all year. It will unroll for the next 3 years at least. And there will be moments of excitement, some of which are coming up. This week, 3 big areas are lighting up. One is getting a lot of information, a lot of communication, a lot of thinking, getting extraordinarily clear about our own minds. Mercury, the planet of communication, is meeting with Pluto, the Lord of death and regeneration. They are hanging out in the sign of structures, order, and foundations. And Pluto has a lot to do with secrets, things that scare us, stuff that goes on really deep in our subconscious, non-rational impulses, things that go on behind closed doors. So on a collective level, massive outing of secrets, very probable with this. On a personal level, streamlining your thinking, stumbling on bits of information, having communications, all of which clarify things for you, clarify your mind, perhaps change your thinking in a life-altering way. This is the upshot of Mercury's retrograde last December, which happened in a different sign, to be sure, Sagittarius. But now that Mercury is in Capricorn and meeting with Pluto, we're getting really clear on a lot of the information and decisions and thoughts and thought processes that we dealt with then. It is very possible that some systems of communication for you will fall apart and need to be completely replaced. I'm talking about devices, the way you have software set up, maybe even your car. So, extremely important foundational information gathering and processing, overlapping with our hearts and will getting on board, getting on the same page, to use a really trite turn of phrase. We've become very focused on what our hearts want, what we value, the type of aesthetics we want in life, the way we want to treat people, the way we want to be treated. Very specific desires involving relationships and money, and the wherewithal, the drive, the incentive, the motivation to go after that is kicking in this week. And it corresponds with our minds flying higher and higher and higher, thinking more, getting very optimistic and expansive views of what's possible, probably talking to lots and lots of people. So even though there is an introspectiveness to Mercury meeting Pluto, it very quickly blossoms into a major gab fest. And then the excitement kicks in for going after we want. Mars, the ruler of our drive, the ruler of the masculine, leaves spooky, secretive, deep penetrating Scorpio and goes into Sagittarius, where he is extraordinarily comfortable. Mars inherently thrives in fire energy. Mars immediately meets the moon as soon as he makes this shift, and our hearts ignite with the motivation to run, to go after things, to explore, to have adventures, to stand up and perhaps fight politically, whatever that means for you, could be a big part of it, but it's not diving in, contemplating, exploring, researching. This is getting up, going out, and doing energy. And it's followed on the weekend by a contact between Mercury and his crazy genius uncle Uranus that opens us to other possibilities, other ways of looking at things, lightning bolts, epiphanies, even more, broadening the way we're looking at stuff, flashes of genius, openings to communicate, openings to get information that is very valuable. Now, all of this is occurring in the build up to the year's first eclipse, which happens at the end of the month. It is a full moon in Leo, a lunar eclipse, and it is a line of demarcation, a measuring point in the process we've already been in for a year and will continue all throughout this year of seeing how broadly and widely and strongly our light shines. One of the imperatives of our lives right now is self-actualization, getting more and more comfortable with who you really are and allowing that being to come out and play, finding people who encourage your light to shine, and just being bold and saying, go with it. There's a statement by Oscar Wilde. Many people who know me have been the recipients of this and a little cocktail napkin in a frame that I decorated. The statement is, be yourself, everybody else is already taken. So we're building up to another discovery point in that process. Revelations are probably already starting. Notice your reactions in terms of who gets you and who doesn't get you, and notice how you're less and less interested to spend any of your precious time, energy, and self on situations that either don't see your flame or are trying to put it out. The homing thought of the week, eyes on the prize. Song of the week, I've got two. Come with me back to the 1960s. They are both Fifth Dimension songs. The first one is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The sun is now in Aquarius. Venus is now in Aquarius. We're riding higher above the drama. And, appropriate for that, up, up, and away. And the image of the week is tying your shoelaces and starting to run a marathon. As always, if you'd like more information about all of this, visit my site, Empowermentunlimited.net, where you can read the new moon forecast for last week's Capricorn moon. Sign up for my mailing list and get my Jupiter in Scorpio quick guide and book a session with me. Talk to you next week.